on the internet.
Hey everybody, welcome to Retro Station 1989. I'm Commander Dan, the commander and lone inhabitant of the Retro Station, and this is License to Play. License to Play is a retro game review show where we review games based on licensed materials. Comic books, TV shows, movies, breakfast cereal mascots, food mascots. Want to check out what we did to the Noid? You can check that out here. And not to mention everything with a license on it, basically. The only thing we don't do are sports games, really, and wrestling games, because there's a License to Play special coming up that will feature my favorite wrestling games on the NES. So, that being said, today what we're doing is I've got Cambot Jr. outside fixing the thermoplating and the solar collectors on the outside of the Retro Station so that I can get some more energy up here. So the fabricators and replicators can actually make something the right fucking size for once and not leave me with, well, here. Margot.
Yes, Commander?
This is not to scale, is it?
No, Commander.
See what I mean? He's also working on the RF antennas so that I can get some TV up here. You know? All those shows about stealing some satellite cable, I was like, you know what, I don't have to steal cable, just give me a big enough antenna I can grab, well, any kind of, signal so I can have TV. You try to live without TV or any kind of screen? You tell me. Is it easy? Nah, Commander Dan knows it's not easy. Alright? So, let me go ahead and introduce you to our newest addition to our family, the one and only Robo-Servo Camera, Cambot Jr. How we doing out there, Cambot?
Looking good, Commander. The panel output is looking great. 13% over capacity, but well within acceptable range. However, the antennae are online.
Fantastic. Let's take a look at the old boob tube, see what we got beaming into the old Retro Station.
What's shaking, kid? Who's that?
What the baby aspirin hallucination was that shit? What am I looking at?
Apologies, boss. This is what's broadcasting strongest, Commander. Sorry, I'll attempt to get another one shortly.
Okay. While he's working on that, today we're going to talk about a couple of dudes who love TV almost as much as your boy Commander Dan does. Take a look at this. Okay. Before we begin, let's get this out of the way. Beavis and Butthead are not real. They are stupid cartoon people completely made up by this Texas guy who we hardly even know. Beavis and Butthead are dumb, crude, thoughtless, ugly, sexist, self-destructive fools. But for some reason, the little wiener heads make us laugh. Whoa, not yet. No, that's not how this story begins. Actually, the story begins here with Liquid Television. Liquid TV aired on MTV from 1991 to 95 and was created by Jeff and Asher. It featured many great animators' work. The history of this particular game that we're going to be reviewing today is brushing up against copyright here, since I couldn't find a good commercial for Liquid Television in a high enough quality that featured elements I wanted to talk about. I'm just going to show basically the front reel here and a couple chunks of the show as best I can. But I am saying find a box set of the show and pick it up. Dog Boy, Sizzle-Lean, and Mike Judge's cartoons. See, I first saw Milton on SNL in 1991. In 92, I was a junior in high school. This was down in Florida, and my buddy told me about the Spike and Mike's Festival of Animation tour appearing at the Enzian Cinema. That night, I saw 3 cartoons. Milton, The Honky Problem, and the one that left me floored.
Frog baseball!
Yep, Beavis and Butthead. These guys had me cry laughing. Because, living in Florida, dirtbag ain't the 9th grader Hesher greasy-haired Nimrods were your background music of your high school years. Mike Judge is an amazing satirist in the mold of Will Rogers and Mark Twain, and his first cartoons, Milton and Frog Baseball, launched him to Liquid TV, and shortly thereafter, from there to the Beavis and Butthead shorts that he did as a show, a mini-show. Abby Turkeel grabbed those shows and took Mike Judge away from Liquid TV to create MTV's Beavis and Butthead for the Music Television Network, back when they made shows and videos for music. And boy, these guys were set to be huge in 1993. And they were. Checking the monitors here. Oh, nice! The solar collectors are up, and we're moving up in the world, aren't we? All right, let's take a look at that old TV. Television, please.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Now that frog makes me think of...
Yeah, Beavis, you would look at a frog.
Whoa. She just kissed that frog on the butt. And then he became a princess. That's pretty sweet.
Do you want me to kiss you, Beavis?
No, wait. Leave me alone. Maybe. I mean, no.
You're weird, Beavis.
Is this Deadwood, the movie?
It's Buttwood, the butt. Is this a rerun, Cambot Jr.?
Apologies, boss. This is what's broadcasting strongest, Commander. Sorry, I'll attempt to get another one shortly.
Because it appears as though this is from... Wait. Where the hell are we? Give me an external shot. Holy shit. Is that Saturn?
Commander?
Is what I'm looking at outside right fucking now with my fucking eyeballs the planet known as Saturn?
Copy that. I'm not on that side of the retro station, sir. Let me check. It's gonna take a couple minutes.
Fine. You people watch this and we're gonna figure out where the fuck we are. So, 1993. Beavis and Butthead premieres in March on MTV and blow the hell up. This is a hilarious show, and had two dirtbag Hesher teens doing shit like trying to dry a poodle off in a laundromat dryer. Beavis would overdose on caffeine or Ritalin or whatever, and would go ahead and just transform into the Great Cornholio. And admission, I'm on the spectrum, so I have kind of a literal mind, and while I don't have aphantasia, where my mind completely only sees in words and stuff, my mind does tend to do that. But my mind goes to the first thing, and I always wondered what a TP for my bunghole would look like.
Ooh, I know.
Good Lord. No thank you. No thank you.
Now am I part of the show?
No. Okay, so, Beavis and Butthead were huge. They were on toys, books, shirts, socks, underpants. Dude, they were like the learning disabled Beatles. And here's the shitty thing. The shittiest thing, actually. Mike Judge didn't get much out of it. Abby Turkule and MTV basically fucked Mike Judge but good. He doesn't like talking about it, you can tell, because he just for years wouldn't talk about Beavis and Butthead and what happened there. But you could tell, he was pissed about it. And also, for years, Beavis and Butthead's logo was changed to MTV's Beavis and Butthead. It's like they took ownership of something that was so great, and Mike Judge got tired of it. It took years to get this man his due, and now he does. It's called Mike Judge's Beavis and Butthead. The show's even coming back this year. They were hilarious as well, tearing apart the videos MTV was still showing at the time, and that's probably one of the biggest fuck yous Mike Judge could do on the show, was mocking MTV for the shit they were showing. And with all that swag, the shoes and everything, of course, there were video games. I will not freak out. I will not freak out. I will not freak out. I will absolutely not freak out. Cambot Jr.?
Almost there, Commander. And, whoa.
Whoa, what?
I've got good news and bad news.
Okay, give me the good news.
Good news is, Commander, I do not see Saturn, boss.
All right. What's the bad news?
The bad is, this is a ringed planet, but it is not Saturn. I do not know where the hell this planet is. We're gonna need Margot to figure out where we are, sir. None of the constellations make sense. However, sadly, I am not programmed for navigation, boss.
And how long till Margot's done doing all she's doing so we can get this figured out?
Unknown, Commander. Possibly days?
Days? Well, looks like we got nothing to do but watch some tube. Let's watch some TV.
Oh, wait. This is that show. Yeah. Star Trek.
No, dumbass, it's Battlestar Galactastar.
No, it's Buck Rogers. Buck. Buck. Buck, 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 Buck. 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 Damn it, Beavis, calm down. No way. I mean, okay. Whoa. Yeah, this is that Battle Buck Galactastar. By Kenner. Whoa, it's that show by that guy from The Clerks? It's, She-Man. You mean He-Man, dumbass? You're a dumbass. Oh, it's Beastman. Yeah, Beastman, get him. Kill that son of a bitch. Damn it, Beastman, don't let that dad talk to you like that. That dad murdered Beastman. That was cool. Yeah, that was pretty great. Toys are cool.
Wait. Did that say Beeble and Buttchode? Alright, I'm gonna let Cambot Jr. finish out there. We're gonna watch this in here. Check it out. Beavis and Butthead had several video games that were created at the height of their popularity, including an excellent game called Virtual Stupidity for the PC. I'd love to review a little bit more of it, but it's really hard to play this game on modern computers. However, there were 3 games released in '94 for the Super NES, Game Gear, and what we're going to review today, the game for Sega Genesis, created by Viacom New Media and Radical Entertainment. The game is an action side-scrolling platformer adventure game with some great puzzle elements. In it, Beavis and Butthead's quest is simple: to reassemble their tickets to see the ultimate band in their heart, GWAR. The game has some cracks in its facade, but surprisingly, graphics ain't one of them. The show is done in a simple style, and the game is done in just the same kind of simple style. Also, the sound is pretty good as well. For a Sega Genesis title, it's actually very good. The puzzles are tough, but they're not moon logic, if you pay attention to the game and think like the 2 legendary morons. It isn't hard for me to do that. Wait. Anyway, the SNES version requires quick thumbs and a ton of patience. This game is basically, the game on NES, like I'm saying, is basically a Ren and Stimpy side-scrolling platformer. It's a clone on that platform, and man, luckily it's not up for any kind of review today because it's pretty and it sounds good, but it plays like a hellish torment. The levels are centered around Butthead's house, though lore based on the show is unclear on whose house it is. Yeah, there's actually lore, people. This is 2021. There's lore for everything. Anyway, the pair begin their game at their house. There are a couple key items at the house and a board where they can check the progress of collecting the pieces of the tickets. When they go to the living room, they can pick different areas to explore. They got Junkyard, Burger World, Turbo Mall 2000, the Drive-In, Highland High, Hospital, the Street, and finally the GWAR concert, where the boys will cause trouble throughout the town, feeding rats to unexpected assholes, causing insane golf cart crashes, getting chased by ladies trying to get their swerve on at the drive-in movies, and so much more. Where this game comes into serious trouble is basically its difficulty. The game is balls hard when it comes to the action portions, and unless you're a Beavis and Butthead fan and know the show backwards and forward, looking at you, EGM and Game Pro, well, the exotic massage parlor and hepatitis clinic where your editorial office used to be anyway, the puzzles are going to be pretty difficult. So, one question remains.
Where the hell are we?
I mean, what I mean to say is, does Beavis and Butthead on the Sega Genesis have a license to play? Yes and no. See, the game itself, yeah, sure. I mean, the action parts are very difficult, and the puzzle parts can be kind of confusing if you don't know anything about the show. Not many people know a lot about the show. Fact is, I love this game, so I would automatically say, yeah, go ahead, get it. If you don't like Beavis and Butthead or don't know a lot about the show, Beavis and Butthead on the Sega Genesis would likely get a no from you. But at the bottom line, sound effects, the arcade content and graphics, and just being faithful to the license, I gotta give it a yes. It has a license to play if you can tolerate the fact that it's Beavis and Butthead and the hard difficulty on the action stages. That being said, I normally give you some things to look forward to, but for now we don't know where we are. We're somewhere near a fucking planet that kind of looks like Saturn. There's that. In the meantime, You can keep an eye out on my new series of streams, which will be about D&D Dark Alliance, where I play Dritz Doerden, Drow Ranger, and favorite fucking character of every player out there in the world who wants to be an edgelord a-hole at your table. Can I play a Drow? No, they're hated. What about Drizzt? He's literally 1 in a million. So no. Please, no. Don't do it. Anyway. Just an old man complaining about some shit in D&D. Next time we're going to talk to Margot. Margot should be done. Oh, man. I think I have a way to, number 1, fix Mr. Splat. And number 2, maybe get us out of this. Stay tuned, everyone.
Get upset on the internet. You're a salt adult. You're a salt adult. Get upset on the internet. You're a salt adult. Throwing out a hissy fit. Your views ain't in the millions, and every up and comer is